Let's take a moment to discuss why owning an anteater might not be the best idea. Sure, they look quirky and adorable in pictures, but let me give you 12 reasons why you should never own an anteater. Buckle up, folks. This is going to be a wild ride. 1. Space requirements. First off, anteaters are not small animals. They need space, lots of it. We're talking about a habitat that mimics the wild, complete with climbing opportunities and room to roam. If you think your backyard is big enough, think again. You'll need something more akin to a small zoo enclosure just to keep them happy. If you live in an apartment, you might as well forget it. Your neighbors will not appreciate the sight of an anteater hopping down the hallway. 2. Dietary demands. Now let's get into their diet. Anteaters are specialized eaters, primarily munching on ants and termites. But guess what? You can't just toss them a bag of ants from the pet store and call it a day. You'll need to provide a steady supply of live insects and other high-protein foods. Imagine your grocery list. Honey, can you pick up some ants on your way home? That's a conversation you don't want to have. 3. Legal issues. In many places, owning an anteater is illegal or requires special permits. So before you rush out to adopt one, check your local laws. You could end up with a hefty fine or worse. Your anteater could be confiscated by animal control. Nothing says, "I'm a responsible pet owner," like having your exotic animal taken away because you didn't do your homework. 4. Socialization struggles. Anteaters are not social creatures. They're solitary by nature and don't always take kindly to human interaction or other pets. If you think you're going to have a cuddly companion, think again. Your anteater might decide that your other pets are enemies or simply ignore you altogether. Good luck trying to bond with something that would rather dig through the dirt for ants than hang out with you. 5. Messy habits. Let's talk about bathroom habits. Anteaters are notoriously difficult to house-train. They mark their territory like they own the place, which means you'll be dealing with foul-smelling urine and droppings all over your home. If you thought cleaning up after a dog was bad, wait until you experience the joy of cleaning up after an anteater. You'll need industrial-strength cleaners just to keep up. 6. Health risks. Owning an anteater comes with health risks, not just for them but for you too. These animals are prone to respiratory diseases, especially if their environment isn't kept at the right temperature and humidity levels. So now you're not only responsible for feeding them, but also for maintaining a mini climate-controlled habitat in your home. Talk about high maintenance. 7. Veterinary care issues. Finding a veterinarian who knows how to care for an anteater is no easy task. You'll likely have better luck finding a unicorn than a vet who specializes in exotic animals like these. If your anteater gets sick, good luck finding someone who can help, because most vets aren't exactly trained in the art of anteater medicine. 8. Lifespan commitment. Anteaters can live up to 14 years in captivity. That's a long-term commitment, longer than many relationships I know. Are you ready for that kind of dedication? Because once you bring one home, it's not going anywhere. 9. Behavioral quirks. These creatures come with their own set of quirks that can make them more trouble than they're worth. They can become aggressive if they feel threatened or challenged, which could lead to some serious injuries if you're not careful. So if you think you're getting a cute little friend, prepare for potential chaos instead. 10. Not your average pet. Forget about the lazy cat or dog that curls up on your lap. Anteaters are active and require constant stimulation. If they don't have enough to do, they'll find ways to entertain themselves, usually at the expense of your furniture or sanity. You might come home one day only to find your favorite chair turned into an anteater playground. 11. They stink. Let's face it, anteaters can smell pretty bad. While they're not skunks, they do have their own unique odor that can clear a room faster than any bad cologne ever could. You might find yourself apologizing to guests for the unique scent wafting through your home. 12. The exotic pet crisis. Finally, let's talk about the bigger picture. The exotic pet crisis. Many anteaters end up abandoned when their owners realize they can't handle them anymore. By adopting one, you're contributing to a cycle of irresponsibility that harms both animals and ecosystems. So there you have it. 12 reasons why owning an anteater is more trouble than it's worth. Sure, they look cute on social media, but in reality, they belong in the wild. Not in your living room. Save yourself the headache and stick with something simpler, like a goldfish. At least they won't try to eat your shoes or mark their territory all over your carpet.